Hey YouTubers, so this is the second part coming out, which will be Friends and YouTube. So when I first came out to Friends, that was April grade 9. Yeah, so 4 years ago? Almost? Let's see. Yeah, approximately. Um, and what I did was I made a video and put it unlisted on YouTube and sent them the link. And the response was good, but nobody changed names and pronouns. And I think part of the problem was I wasn't really enforcing it because I thought, well, I don't want to make them uncomfortable and all of that. And since one person didn't do it, no, nobody did. Um, and I didn't stop being friends with them like some people suggest. And all of them came around. So what actually happened in grade 10, I got into GSA and I had a friend online who met my teacher representative of our GSA because he also lives in my city. He's like, hey, do you know Dylan? And all of that. And she's like, well, what do you want to call me? And I'm like, doesn't matter. And she's like, no, I'll call you what you want to be called. And it's like, fine, like, Dylan, heck yeah. But I kind of felt awkward since in classes, their high school was, I went to high school with people I went to elementary and junior high with. And since it's a German community, it's very close-knit, and I thought, my parents will find out, and I don't want to get anyone in trouble. So that actually kept me from going as Dylan in classes until halfway through grade 11, since I had that teacher as a social teacher, and she was awesome, and I thought, screw this. And my grades actually dramatically improved. And I told my mom, and she's like, well, I'm actually gonna go talk to her because she didn't ask me for permission. And it's like, Mom, she doesn't need to ask you. She can call me whatever I want to be called. There's no law against them not doing that. But I kind of, kept my mom away because she said, well, I'll go for teachers' interviews. And like, no, don't do that. But anyways, about GSA. So I had a person who I was friends with at that time. She also introduced me to my boyfriend, but we were both no longer friends with her since she was very out there. She managed to hurt herself every week, which, that sucks, but I think it was also part of, over dramaticness to get more people to pay attention to her, which sounds terrible, but, it's not a coincidence that happens every single week. She wasn't that clumsy. It was just, oh look, I got a bruise, but they're probably gonna cut my arm off type thing. That's a little bit exaggerating, but it kind of felt like that. And she actually outed me to people, which sucks, but it kind of worked out to my advantage since everyone kind of knew, and I didn't have to tell them, but it's really shitty of her to out me because you don't do that. And she actually did it to a math teacher in beginning of grade 11, no, halfway through grade 11, since I wasn't ready first semester of grade 11, and I was gonna go halfway semester of grade 11, and she actually went like halfway through first semester, and she's like, you should call him Dylan, because he's a boy, and blah blah blah. When I told her don't do that, but they did it anyways. Her and another person, but the other person said she tried to stop her, but it was really crappy. And he actually, he talked to admin because he wasn't sure what was happening. He was all confused because it was just kind of thrown at him, which was crappy, and I wouldn't do that in the middle of the semester ever, since it confuses everyone. And just wait until the next semester, unless you can't do that for mental health reasons, sure. But like, there was 1 month left, it was fine. And so I guess that's how the school found out, but they were cool, and I was kind of the first out trans person there, and we got a gender neutral bathroom. And the next two out trans people were actually also from my junior high, one in grade 11 and one in grade 10, which was really cool, and I like them both, and they're super cool. And now more people have come out as genderqueer or trans guys. no trans women as far as I know, but you know, they might have just not come to GSA or been in the friend group or been completely stealth or haven't realized. That's completely cool, of course. But it was kind of cool to be like a person advocating for the newcomers, because then they had to go through less shit. And then in grade 12, the last part of it, as soon as I turned 18, in March I changed my preferred gender in the school system, which actually showed up on School Zone, which is 2 check marks, and my mom's like, why is this there? And I said, because I'm 18 now, and I changed it. And she said, well, can I change it so I don't see it? Like, that is not the point of a preferred name. But and then I got my little ID card printed off with my name, which was awesome, and they figured out how to do that. And yeah, the last bit was actually pretty awesome since I was out to people, all of that. And I had my preferred name places like School Zone, and then Google Docs, the school account changed, like from my legal name to my name, which was awesome. It was super cool. And before I used my other Gmail account because I didn't want other people to see my legal name. But this way I could use it, and it was awesome, and I kind of wanted to show it off to everyone. So yeah, high school was a lot better than junior high, and I think I helped quite a bit actually, which I feel accomplished a bit. And I've just become a lot more comfortable, and people have noticed, like my German teacher I had in grade 10 and grade 12, not grade 11 since I didn't take German during that time. Like, yeah, you've just become more open and comfortable with yourself, and I can really notice the difference. And I really notice it too, so here's a tip. Call people what they need to be called, like their name, their pronouns, and you'll have such a massive effect on them, and it's basic human decency. So yeah, any questions about that, let me know. Any future video suggestions, comment down below. And yeah, that's all. Stay awesome. I can't hit the button.